Afrique, et malheureusement Afrique sans fric. Oh, naso idée, naso idée, yendenika. Mais oui, c'est comme ça. Eh oui.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Now You Know Podcast. This is Bless. We have a fun topic tonight. There's been a lot going on around the world and in America in particular. And so today we decided to just kind of take a step back and talk about, a topic that, it's inspiring and it uplifts our spirits. So before we get started, remember to follow us on Twitter at Now You Know One and on Instagram at NYK Podcasts. Tonight I have with me Belle, Mimi, Queen K, Nda, and Carl. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
What has the weather been like? Mimi, I know Texas has been toasty.
I thought you were gonna welcome me back.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
what has your life been like without NYK for a whole season?
I know.
That's a better
well,
question.
watching movies on Wednesdays, Wednesday evening.
That sounds lonely.
I know.
I missed
Alright,
you
well,
guys though.
we missed you too. I mean, at least let me speak for myself. I missed you.
I know.
I don't know
believe
about the rest of these people.
Speak for us. Speak for us.
Don't
Okay,
speak for us, I beg. Leave me out of this.
Speak for we.
Don't speak for us. Speak for yourself.
Carlson, I
didn't
know
say
you missed
anything.
me.
The podcast says now you know, doesn't say now we know.
Exactly.
Anyways, I hope we've all been doing good. I was blessed to see some of you guys this past weekend after a very long time. So I thank the good Lord for that. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about something that, it's inspiring. So I'm open up by asking this question to everybody. When you hear about giving back, what does that say to you? Karen, what does that say to you? Giving back. Giving back to the community.
Giving back.
I'm happy you add that community at the end.
Oh man.
Thank you, host.
So giving back can mean multiple things. It can mean like giving back with money or going and doing work, like building buildings, donating. So giving back can mean multiple things. It just means that you're giving back to the community. I don't know how to further elaborate it, but yes.
Okay, let's hear from Belle. What does that mean to you, Belle? What does that say to you when you hear that phrase?
I mean, Karen kind of touched a little bit about giving back. So giving back is pretty much being able to, I mean, I don't like the word giving back. I just want to say giving because that's how I see it. Is more of giving your time, giving, whether it's money or clothes or just being able to help someone in need. So I don't want to say it's giving back. It's more of just giving.
Got it. We have this, we do have this tendency when we hear giving, we always think about money, right? And so some people think that if they don't have money, then there's nothing they can do for others. So why do we think this is? And maybe what are some other ways that we can give back without it just being money? Carl.
Well, like I was saying, like you can make buildings, for example, like not make buildings, but like create. Okay, for example, so if you understand like in your country or your neighborhood where you're living, they need like a community center, they need a center for kids. You can chip in multiple, like you can get a group of people and just make, and you can make a YMCA for everyone to be there. And so that all the kids can come together and just hang out, play, so they don't have to be at home alone.
Got it. Got it. Let me take a step back and ask this question. When was the last time you received like a random act of kindness, or when was the last time you gave a random act of kindness to somebody? And this is open for everybody.
I'll go first. When I hear about giving back, by the way, I always think about the less privileged, right? So it's true that maybe giving back is not really the word, you can use the word giving because you should be able to give to anybody. But when I just hear the word giving back, to me, it's like giving to the less privileged. So the last time, I'll say I try to give as much as I can. So I cannot really remember the last time I did, but the last time I did for the less privileged was in December, because we have this group of friends, or about 6-7 of us. We do this thing called Njangi, I guess everybody knows. So at the end, after 6 months, when we pick the money, there's a certain percentage that we use to buy like rice, Maggi, oil, and so on, and then we take it to the orphanage. So in December, we did that for those kids, and it was amazing to see the smile. They sent Juliet is in Denmark and I'm in the US. So when we saw those pictures, it just brought a lot of joy to my heart, because they don't really have people that are always there for them. So just to do that and see them happy, it's always something that I love. I love to do. So
That is very clear on your part. I mean, I know those kids don't have as much, or they don't have what they would like to have, but having people like you will give to them, I'm sure that means a lot and speaks volumes. I know that Belle has had a similar experience. So Belle, how was that experience like to you? How was it for you?
I mean, there's always, I think the feedback that comes from doing something like this is it's always touching, because you actually see that these people, they're like your brothers, they're your sisters, they're your friends. And, when you do things like this for them, you see how they react to it, you see how they appreciate it. It just makes you want to do more, going back to your point about money, you don't really have to have, you don't have to be a millionaire to be able to give back. You don't have to be, super wealthy to be able to do something for to Mimi's point, the less privileged. You just have to have that humanitarian, aspect in you to be able to say, yes, I want to be that person that makes a difference here or there. So I mean, it's always touchy. Sometimes you get emotional when you get those videos or you see those pictures. It just makes you want to do more. So that's something that I want to keep doing in my own small little way.
Right on. Since Carla and that have been so quiet, I got a question for you too. It's a 3-part question. So it goes, so when was the first time you were aware of generosity, right? And then when did you first observe it, right? And then did you benefit up from it, or did you realize that you were being generous to somebody else?
Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of tie it back to the first question that you asked, right? As far as like giving back, because everyone spoke about giving back, financially and things like that. But to me, a very important point about giving back is always like your time and what you know. And for me, I would say, to answer your question, how I always give back and how I like to look at it, aside from the special projects we might do from time to time, is just interactions with people that we interact with nowadays. To me, that's a prime example of giving back, and I do my best to do so. More importantly, everyone that knows me knows I'm always talking to the kids, playing with them and stuff like that, right? To me, it's keeping that mindset open, that relationship open, to where in case they do ever need anything, they can always turn to me for help, knowing that it's someone that they can relate to. I found that the older folks that I'm very cool with, that I can go for advice and reach out to and look up to, had that same relationship with me, where they kind of came down to my level and always interacted with me. And to me, that's one of the most important part about giving back, is that those relationships you create takes you further in life. Now that I'm somewhere, I can be of help to the next person because of that connection that we have, and vice versa. I reach out to other people that I've met as well too. Those are people that I network with that are giving back as well too. So I think the relationship and the time that you spend, that you build with these people are part of giving back. And that's how I do it every day.
Right on, right on. That's deep, yo. Nah, let's hear from you, man. You've been quiet.
No, I'm quiet because everything that you guys said is I mimic everything, especially what Carson said. I mean, as Carson was talking, I can only remember, I think we did an episode once with AK, and he also touched on the point of giving back to the community. And for him, the way he did that was through his podcast. I mean, we all know Stuck in the Middle, and even this podcast that we do, some people listen to it and they learn one or two things. And I think in many ways it's a form of giving back, or just sharing that information that you have that somebody else might not have. Putting it out there for free. It's also, I think, a great way to give back as well. As far as generosity is concerned, honestly, I can't remember. I think if I were to say generosity, I would say maybe my mother, allowing me to be born or something. In this day and age where it's easy to just obviously that decision is always, you can make that decision here or there, but I think the fact that I'm here today is a sign of generosity.
That's Cap. I bought you a drink the other day. I know you remember. That was charity, right?
I don't
there.
remember. I don't
remember.
remember.
That was charity.
You cannot force him to remember either. All right. I know that as you guys have mentioned, you've done things with different organizations. I know that at least Bell, and Carl, you guys are part of the Dynamic Alliance USA. So can you guys talk a little bit about that? How did that all come together? And just briefly tell us some of the things you do, or maybe some of the projects you plan to do.
The board member himself, Mr. Bel Nino, take over, please.
So Dynamic Alliance, formerly known as Dynamic Youths, but the whole name change came as a result of expanding our reach, because of course, we might begin as youth, but at some point we're going to grow up, right? So
Aging
we changed
members.
the name. Aging members, of course. And then also we wanted to expand our reach into not just Cameroon, but to Africa, and also to our local communities here in the States. So that was kind of the idea when we began this group. So we began with 6 members, and now we are proud to say we have about 32 active members strong. So we are about 2.5 years in this group. So right now, our current project is, as you guys, or as many people might know, there's a ongoing crisis right now in Cameroon where a lot of people in the Anglophone regions of Cameroon are displaced around the country and outside the country in neighboring countries like Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon. So right now we have, what we do is a training program for some of the IDPs in areas such as hairdressing, carpentry, IT, and a few other areas which I cannot think of right now. So pretty much what we do, we put them through these courses, they get trained, and then once they are done, we provide them with, I guess, like a startup kit where they can use to either open their own workshops or begin looking for jobs. So right now we do have a lot of kids that have already gone through the program, have graduated, and they're actually, working right now, and we can actually see the end product of that training. So that's what is our current project. And, looking ahead, forecasting, we have our next cycle, which is going to be an IT-based program where it's going to be not just in Cameroon or Africa, but also here in the States, where we're going to, I guess, in short, is train, a lot of the youths in more of the technical skill jobs. Like right now, many of us are in IT field where we do, things like Scrum, we do things like DevOps, consulting. So we can get them in a little hands-on early on. That way, once they get into and out of college, they kind of have, a path where they can take and be successful at a very, very early age. In addition to that, we have like summer programs where we can go like a 1-day camp, just sit and talk, to Carson's point, right? Just the interaction between, different age groups. This is what I did. This is what I've done. These are the results of this action, the results of that action. That way, as they're getting older, they have, a kind of a clear mindset of what they want to do. So that's just kind of, high level. I don't want to sit here and talk for 10 minutes about, in detail, but that's kind of high level what the forecast for Dynamic Alliance looks like.
Pretty good, pretty good. And like I mentioned earlier, I was blessed to see some of you guys this past weekend, at fundraising event that you guys had, and to see you guys raise those funds, in preparation for the projects you guys have planned, for this, less privileged people was very refreshing. So so being part of that organization, what has it done to you personally? I know that you do stuff for others and you donate to them and you give them opportunities, but what has that done to you personally, Aristide?
I think first and foremost, I think it's we've created sort of like a family here in America. People with similar backgrounds that can share information, back and forth, and we can look out for each other. And then also the second thing, which is also very, very important, is we're also helping people who need the help. We're coming together and looking for a solution to certain problems back home in Cameroon, to the very places that we come from. And being part of that, even though maybe I'm just a small part of that whole project, but I think being part of it and knowing that every person who is part of that project, is because of them that everything it works out. So it makes me proud, honestly, to be part of that. And when I look at what we did this past weekend, or what the organization did for DAU, coming together and getting all these people together in one setting, and then for one single goal, to raise money to be able to expand our ideas, and expand our ideas of helping our fellow Cameroonians back home. I think it really made me proud, and I feel I'm honored to be part of that.
Fantastic, fantastic. So Queen K, now let's go to Mimi. So Mimi, in everything we do in this life, right, there are always those people who ask us, why do you care? Why do you care so much about them? Maybe this is money you could use to do something else. So what do you say to those people? Like, what's your response to people who have that type of attitude or mentality?
You mean people that don't like giving back?
Yeah,
that thing that you're wasting your, or what? Oh,
yes, like people who think that you're wasting your own money, or saying that, why are you always caring about so people that maybe don't care about you?
I honestly do not have answers for people like that, because I feel like people are different, and some people are just born kind. Some people grow up and they go through a lot of things that make them, kind. So, and some people, no matter what they go through, they will never, even if they have the world, they will never be able to give. So at the end of the day, I just focus on what I can do, and I don't really listen to what people have to say about that. Even though sometimes you give back and they might be ungrateful. Sometimes you send money, sometimes you give things, they don't even call you to say thank you, but it doesn't stop me from doing it, because there's this joy that I feel from doing things for people. So I don't really care about what other people say, because it's just me. Yeah.
Right. And one thing that always also comes up when people are asked to donate is that how do we know that the money that we donate is going to reach the people that we're donating for? So Carson, how do you in on your side, how do you respond to people who have asked such questions?
I mean, that's honestly a very, very valid question, and I would always welcome questions like that, because that's something that it not only keeps us accountable as an organization, it makes sure that we're using this money we're using it to basically do the things that we're saying we're gonna do, right? But just to give a heads up, as far as like DAU, we always have progress checks. So when we do our monthly meetings, we're not just meeting just to say, I see your face. No, we're asking where is this money going to, right? Because we want to make sure we're able to report back to our donors, because if they know that it's actually going somewhere, they're encouraged to give more. And so are the members also encouraged to give more as well too. So there are always pictures, videos, video updates, picture updates, their accounting updates, financial updates, just to make sure that, hey, whatever amount of money that we collected is here. Here's what it's being used for. Here's how much is left. Here's who owes, blah, 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 just things like that, right? So transparency is full across the board. So I always encourage questions like that. And for us in our event, when they do ask us what we're doing with the money, or if there's some money going to where we say it's going to, we can actually show proof, because like Bell said, right, there are students that have already graduated. Now we're looking to see, how, quickly they can get jobs. Like, the proof is there. We're following up with these people. Sorry to say these people, but it's just much easier to, kind of put it that way. But we're following up with, every life that we impact. We're following up to make sure that we can say, okay, this is what happened. This is where X amount went. And it also can also show room for improvement, right? Because if we're allocating funds for a certain thing, and we're like, well, shoot, this could be a better way to go, because we have the numbers, because we have everything so transparent, we can see that, and then, course correct if need be.
Right on. Queen K, have you been part of, maybe like a community outreach program, or, being part of an organization that has given back to the community? And how did that impact you? How did that affect you as a person?
She
I
donated
was-
10 cents the other day.
Hey, it's still 10 cents.
They say round up your total.
10 cents to me is a lot of money, because if you see my bank account right now, yes, 10 cents is a lot, but no. So I was really heavily involved in my church. Aristide can vouch for me. Like, heavily involved in my church, like every single mission trip that they had, or every single, like, just community outreach. I used to work in my church's food pantry. They have a food pantry where people who don't have the funds for a meal come once a week and get food from our church, and so they can cook it. So I was part of that. I was part of everything. I went to Baltimore, DC. I think Aristide came for, like, I don't know. Did you end up going to Baltimore, DC with us? Oh no.
I went to Baltimore.
Yes. So we went to Baltimore, DC, and we just helped with fixing a parking lot. We just did everything. So yes, I've been a part of those things. Now I do my own things here and there, like how Aristide was saying that, he talks to kids. I love kids more than I love adults, if I'm being quite honest. I would try and make friends with kids so that they can come to me and confide in me. I don't know if that's helping the community. I think it is in my way or shape or form, because if a kid feels like they're by themselves, they will go out and start doing things that is unnecessary or bad for them. So if they have an adult, I technically I'm an adult. Okay, I'm 21, so it counts. They can come to me and confide in me and say they want to do these things, they don't, and I can steer them into the right direction. It's amazing how many kids come up to me and tell me all the things they want to do or they've done, and I have to, like, correct them or give them advice as to what it is that they should or should not be doing. So that's my way. And I'm also a future nurse. So in a way, that's still giving back to the community, because I'm taking care of the sick. So yes.
Future nurse indeed. Can't wait. Make sure you read your books.
I do it
and
every day.
And listen to Bell's advice.
Donna doesn't give me advice. I give my own self-advice, and I do it myself.
Actually,
Okay?
I heard
This is
Bell
a
giving
one-woman
advice
show.
this past weekend to read your books. Read your books.
I was already reading my books before you even came into my grades. Mwah. Okay, not all of them, but a good amount of them. It looks really good.
Statistics and chemistry.
Chemistry.
Is that kind of advice that you already know? It's like saying, make sure you eat it.
I know, right? When Donna gives me advice, it just gives me advice that I already know and I'm already doing. So I don't count it as advice, because it's like I'm already doing it. I already know this. I didn't,
Hey, at
Someone
least
think
A reminder is still great advice.
Sure.
Let the record show.
I mean, if I'm already doing it, I don't think it's necessary, if you ask me.
Right on, right on. All right. This has brought us to our very first segment, which is called the African Proverb. So this African proverb is unknown. I don't know the country this came from, but I found it very interesting. For this topic, I found so many proverbs that we could use, but could only go with one. So it goes as follows. If you think you are too small to make a difference, you haven't spent the night with a mosquito.
Mhm.
Let me repeat it.
I want from Mulan.
I want Hado.
If you think you are too small to make a difference, you haven't spent the night with a mosquito. I mean, it's just so natural that I just want to call on that to tell us what this is talking
Can I
to.
go?
Yeah, Mimi, actually, you can
Mimi,
go
please
first.
go.
Well, I don't know. My own interpretation is
Bless
okay.
her.
You
That quote
said
from the
if you
Dalai Lama,
think you are
by the
too
way.
small. What? What was that, Carlson?
That was from the Dalai Lama.
Oh, okay. I think it means that even a small thing or any small thing that you give can make an impact to somebody, because a mosquito is so small, but when it bites you, it can really swell, or it can even give you malaria, and that's something big. So even if you don't have, like in the Bible, I don't really know the verse, the lady that gave all what she had, and but God really appreciated that more than the rich man that gave much money. So I just feel like it means that you don't have to have a lot to be able to give to people, or to be able to give to the less privileged, or to be able to help somebody, because any small thing that you give from the bottom of your heart can really change somebody's life. So I think that's what it means.
Fantastic. I mean, I think you touched some really good points in that. If we have to add to this, we might run it, but you know what? Let's ask him that if he has something else to add to this.
Hey, yo.
No. Mimi, you don't think
Tag
my
me in. I got you. I got you. If you want to add to this, right, you can just simply say, you ever heard of the butterfly effect?
No. Can you tell us what that is, please?
Okay. So let's say, for example, right, you go back through time and you change one little thing, you kill one butterfly. Something so insignificant can change the course of history. Hence, you being something so insignificant, if you think you are, one little change you make, one little act of giving you give, right? One little thing you make can change history. So never underestimate yourself.
Yep.
And the thing is that also, sorry, so there's so many people that think to themselves that just my one small contribution is not enough. If all those people, all those thousands, hundreds, or tens of people just did not have that mindset, and we all just finally just gave, do you know how much impact we would have if all those, because it's not only like one or two people that think like this, it's multiple people. So if we as a whole just left that mindset and actually tried and just gave our little $5, our little $1, $10,
10 cents.
10 cents, thank you, 10 cents here and there. If 1,000 people gave 10 cents, I don't know if I'm doing my math correctly, I think that's $100. So that's really good enough. So that's what I'm saying. So the more the merrier. So yes.
Yep.
It's funny you guys talk about this 10 cents, because on my way back from work today, I stopped at this place called Firehouse Subs. And when I was paying for my stuff, they were like, do you want to just round up and donate to first responders? I was like, sure. So hey, I've done my little bit for today. So if you have a chance, go out and do your own bit.
That was the community outreach program Karen was donating to.
But it's funny you mentioned that though, and it kind of reminded me of something I saw earlier today, which says equal sacrifice, not equal price. That you thought you had escaped What does equal sacrifice, not equal price mean to you?
Equal sacrifice, not equal price.
Yes, sir.
Can I, you know, man, Bell, the way you're looking, you have something to say. I just know it, man. Equal sacrifice, not equal price.
Can I?
Okay. Yeah, Mimi, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I don't know if this will make sense, but equal sacrifice, not equal price. I feel like it means that people should put in, I mean, if people put in the same effort in doing something, is different from when somebody has, okay, it's like you not having a lot, but still removing from what you have and giving, than somebody that has a lot and removing this either more money and giving. I feel like it's still the same like the first proverb, but it's like the sacrifices that you make to give is more important than the price.
Yeah, Mimi, just use
Like,
numbers. You make a very good point. Use numbers and see. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You're doing good. But
She's
just
right
use
there,
numbers.
but she's
Yeah,
not there.
just use numbers
no,
and
let
then
somebody
give the
take
example.
over.
Okay, so say for example,
Bell, you
right?
have a numbers
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, so say for
Aristide, don't talk now because I've asked you 2 times and you're talking to me.
Jesus Christ.
all right.
But
So
I have a
let
good
me
feeling that Bell is going to
Yo.
let
speak
me
some
let me so just to
sense.
add to what Mimi was saying, Mimi is already on point. She's 90%, 99% there, but if you use numbers, you land, right?
Mhm,
So say Deso and I are doing something, right? I
mhm.
have $10, he has $1,000. I move 9 and give.
Yeah,
I'm left with 1. He moves 9 from his 1,000. He has $991
left.
still left. So there's
Mhm.
that
That
difference, right?
sacrifice.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that's
that
where
you,
we're trying to go.
right. That you removed from, yeah. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Sense.
Like I say, me and Matt this so. Mm-mm.
And me and you. Yeah, I know, but arithmetic. I don't know. Arithmetic.
Oh,
But
man.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that the way I was when I was in Cameroon, one of my cousins was telling me this story. He said that he's part of this Jangi in their class, and they usually do like 5,000 every month. Then one time somebody gave birth, they were doing 5,000. Then one guy just came out and then give them 100,000, him alone. Then the whole group now they were mad that why would you send 100,000? So it's the same thing. It's like, the man has more money, so he wants to, send more money in, but then the people are not vexing. So now what should you do now? Equal sacrifice, you know what? Equal wait.
It's like the
But
people
not
that get
talk
the 5,000, they kind of did more because he has money. Maybe he's abroad, right? He just sent the money. He did not really feel it. But the people that in Cameroon, you know how a hunger did it for them for move that 5,000 give person. It really had. So
Stop equating abroad to money, please.
no,
It
it's
wasn't
not a
abroad,
matter
actually.
of equating abroad. It's a little bit
You
easy.
see,
Just
maybe he's
accept it.
abroad. Stop equating that to money,
So he
please.
should have sent more than that even, right? So you can feel it. Because if he doesn't feel it, it's not enough.
No, not that. It's just I don't think that's what it means. It just means that anyway, we'll sleep for that one.
But I think something I was thinking about is so you talked about the guy sending 100,000, right? So not everybody is blessed to have as much money to give, so sometimes people have 100,000, which means nothing to them, or which means a lot to them, and they still donate. And sometimes people have $5. Sometimes, for example, if let's say the contribution is going on back home, and you're here, you send a bigger amount of money, right? The people back home, there are probably some people back home that will probably give 2,000 francs, 5,000 francs. But those are also the people that will dedicate a lot of their time to maybe go to the market, to buy the stuff, to take to where, they're supposed to take the stuff to, if it's the homeless shelter or orphanage. So at the end of the day, right, I don't think we should be looking at the price that was given or the specific price or the specific amount that was given. I think that's how I understood this, right? The equal effort. People put in their time, put in effort, money to make these things happen. So that's how I kind of looked at it. But I mean, I also like Bell's way of looking at it. So yeah, but Carson, did you have anything else to add to that?
That was it. You guys kind of touched on it.
Kind of touched on it. We didn't touch on it completely, so we'll touch on the rest for us.
This guy. Hi.
Well, I touching you.
No,
That's all.
But can I,
I've had
There's
enough
something that-
contact for the week.
there's
Go ahead,
something that's
Pinky.
lingering with me that Aristide said that I want to point out. So Aristide was saying that how when giving, I don't want to say the name.
Okay, I knew you were going to say this. I knew it. I could see your face when I said that.
When given
Okay.
what?
So people tend to give mad at people that have money. Okay, so for example, I'm using me because I will have money. So for example, let's say if I make like a 500K a year, right? And I give like $10,000 to a profit. People are either going to complain saying that's not enough, or, oh, I'm trying to outshine somebody. What Aristide was saying, like how the friend gave 100K, well, I don't know how many, and then people are getting mad at him saying, wow, so you're trying to come and outshine us. So it's like people complain when you have money regardless, because I don't know how to explain it. It just annoys me. Like when you see celebrities, they're like, oh, I've given $500,000 to this charity. People are like, oh, why didn't you give more? You should have given more. You have money. But then it's like at the same time, that person couldn't have just not given anything. So it's like once you reach a status with money, it's like you can't even like satisfy anything like a charity work or anything like that, because people are going to expect more from you because you have more money. And then if not, they're going to be mad at you that you're trying to outshine and, you know, make other people look bad. It's just something annoying and weird that I've realized when it comes to giving money or just charity work in general.
I feel like
That's
to
a
avoid
really-
it, don't just say it. You know, you're giving it from the bottom of your heart. You don't have to either post it on social media and be like, I'm just saying concerning the celebrities, because I feel like some of them do it for the fame or to seek for notice, because if you know that they'll complain regardless, if you're really doing it from the bottom of your heart, you don't have to post it and be like, I gave 20 million to this, 20 million, because people will still talk. But if you don't have an issue with people talking, okay, give whatever you want to give, because at the end of the day, it's from the bottom of your heart. So people don't know. You might have a lot of money and you still give that $10,000, but they don't know the work that you did to earn that 10,000. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that $10,000 is, you know, small or something. You worked for it. Even this 50,000 that we might be sending back home and people are giving 2,000, we work for the money. So at the end of the day, people just need to learn how to appreciate it. So, you know.
Right on that. You were going to say something.
That's it. I mean, to piggyback off that, I feel like even if you announce it or you don't announce it, whatever you do, people are always gonna, you know, comment on something. If they don't hear it in the news, oh, this person's not doing enough. If they hear it, you didn't do enough. So me personally, if I were to donate 10 million, you people will hear it. I won't hide it. So that's just me. But at the same time, people feel so entitled to other people's money. It's like you don't know how much they work to get that 500,000, because your net worth is 400 million. 500,000 is you. Some of us might never see that in our life, or you know. So it's a lot of money, and it makes a difference for sure.
Yeah.
There's this saying, this thing they always talk about. Is it no publicity is bad publicity? So don't you guys think that, or don't you guys think that, you know, even the celebrities that post it, because we talk about if you donate, there's no need to post it, right? But do you think that there are some people who are inspired by seeing other people post and now want to go do it? Because there are a lot of people who maybe they have been thinking about it, but they had never seen somebody donate to an orphanage, right? And then, or maybe that idea had never come to their head. And then all of a sudden, I see Bell posted, I see Mimi posted, and now I'm telling myself, oh my goodness, maybe I can do that too. So don't you guys think that, you know, posting, instead of us looking at it like, why do you post it when you donate? Maybe posting is going to like motivate other people to
it's also free advertisement. That's what I tell people by you by you putting out there, like, I donated to this company, this charity, this, you're advertising the charity and you're putting that charity or whatever into the public that more people know about it, which is a good thing because you want to put your organization out there into the world. And like you said, it will definitely inspire other people. So if I'm over here contemplating, I don't know if I should, donate to this organization or be a part of this organization. And then I hear my friends are donating or they're a part of it. I hear the celebrities also on it. It will definitely inspire me to be part of the organization. I see my friends are doing it. Of course I want to do it too, look cool with it. Or it just inspires me. So people should stop being shy to say, oh, I donated this and that, because you're also putting that organization out in the public, which is a good thing. And that's something that they want to do. So like Aristide said, if I donated 10 million, the whole world must know. Like, why am I covering this? If I don't say anything, I'll be scrutinized. If I say something, I'll be scrutinized. So I might as well just say something and bring some good out of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely agree, right? The reason why I even said that, okay, if you think that people will judge you for giving less or more, then don't just do it. That was my point. But if you don't care and you know that you're doing it from the bottom of your heart, go ahead and post it. But if you'll be wondering that, oh, people know that my net worth is like 1 million and I've given $2,000, then okay, you don't have to. But if you're comfortable and you know that you worked so hard for that $2,000, post it. Of course, yes, it's gonna encourage people to join. Just like this thing that Aristide and I don't know the name, I'm sorry, Aristide, Belna, and Carlson, they're part of. Somebody can hear just what they're doing and they also want to join. I guess he said there were 6 of them, right? Now they're about 32 or 30 something. It's because of the work that they're doing and people are encouraged to join. So yeah, if you're doing it from the bottom of your heart and you like what you're doing, go ahead and share it so people can join. But if you think that you would put it and people will judge you for that, then don't just do it, because people will talk regardless. Yeah.
People always talk.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Bro. So some people give money away for a living.
Those
people have money. They just give it away for a living. So these people come and say, oh, Blesso gave Aristide 1 million.
Nice.
We say, hey, this is regular news now. What's he gonna do next week? 5 million. So some people do that for a living.
It's find me one person that gives money away on a daily basis. Yeah, connect me with them.
Honestly,
not really on a daily basis, but remember this rich man that gave 100 million to what's this journalist? This man. This man that we like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, 100 million.
We like
it was Jeff. Who is the one that gave it? One of these billionaires or whatever. They have money to give.
He's got them. I like him too. So that Dad, you thought about me giving you 1 million. I mean, let me not laugh at it. Let it be like I cannot have 1 million. Let me just pray that let the 1 million
speaking into existence now.
I'm speaking in again.
Let's speak it right. So the 1 million can come. Now let's say what I want to.
Even if it's in a dream, when I wake up, I'll be happy.
One thing I noticed about the average human being is the average human being wants to give, but they don't know how to because they don't know where to give. Right. So
they think too much.
Yeah, a lot of times you see people have that mindset that yes, I have this, I have, like for example, not just money, right? People have like used clothes, used shoes, they have excess of books, excess of toys in their houses, and they want to give it away, but they don't know how, where. So that's where advertising come in, right? Because just having conversation with people, don't be shy to attend local meet and greets, or just, if you go to any event, just try to advertise if you're doing something, or if you know a project that's going on. You will see that many people are going to be like, oh yeah, I have books, I have toys, I have clothes, I have shoes, and then boom, voila, you have things that are going to people. So I think going back to what Carl was saying, right, that communication, talking to people, networking plays a big role in the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
Car's been pretty quiet, man. I don't know if the guy's soaking it in or
His
he's thinking
eye.
about.
He's spicing his
Eye
meat for tomorrow.
spinning.
Car, what's going on, man?
I'm just listening
Speak to
to the
us.
knowledge, man.
Speak to us, chef.
Hey yo, I'm just listening
former
because
chef.
Bell is making, the right points. I mean, as you guys were all saying, as far as like sharing, on social media and whatnot. I'm personally someone who would not share if I do anything, as most of you guys know, like stuff like that. I prefer to keep it low key because I like to control my narrative. I would prefer for people to think of me a certain way, and not necessarily have that preconceived notion. So I do it. I keep it to myself for those reasons. Um, but as far as like Bell said, like as far as growing, um, sharing does help with growing, but also building those relationships with people, right? With the different people you meet from time to time, that goes a long way too with growing a group. I'm pretty sure our numbers in the group did not grow from social media. I think it grew from the people that each person knew and the relationship that we built, you know, that grew the group together as well. So I do think as much as advertising, that can get attention, that gets eyes, but the actual networking part is what brings the numbers, I would say. So those communications, those conversations, sorry, the communication, those conversations, I think is key.
Yeah, speaking of communication, I think our 33rd member is on this podcast tonight. So please can you confess and acknowledge the fact that you're going to be joining DAU in the next 24 hours?
I will be joining you in the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
What does it take to
Oh,
join?
oh, 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 and Bell, aren't we expecting 2 more?
Yeah, we are actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mimi.
Yeah, after the
What does it
event
take
of
to join?
after the events of don't worry, Carson will contact you and give you the details.
No, share right now. Share right now.
Share
we
so
can
people
hear.
can
Go
listen.
ahead, sure.
I mean, to join the group, it doesn't take much. We have a bylaws, so the bylaws will be sent to you. You have a couple days to read it. If you like what you see or what you read, it's just a matter of making that phone call and say, hey, I've read the bylaws. I am okay with the terms, and I'm ready to join this dynamic, exciting group that's making changes across the globe.
And registration
Things are
fees.
mythical.
Of course,
And
we like
registration
to
fees.
have fun. You cannot be doing work 24, 12 months and not have fun.
And things are
All work
mythical.
and no play makes John a dull boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yo, I saw on Dad's hand up. He was doing ISA. Now, this is your time to shine.
He wants
man.
he
know
wants to
what?
be the one
I
to
want-
send Adele the information to join.
No, look, I'm not even part of the board. That's Bernard's job.
Hey
That's why
yo.
I'm sitting
Hey,
quiet.
is it only board that's supposed to advertise?
I just tell people I'm in this. Go and talk to this guy. He's a money man.
And that talk before
Yeah.
you. That's what was he
But
saying?
no, I
'Cause
had
don't
a
trust him.
question.
Mhm.
I had a question. This is more on the generosity side of things rather than giving back to people.
What's the difference?
Because okay, no, I mean, because sometimes when you say give back, some people can take that in a negative, way. It's like, oh, because I'm asking you, think you're giving back to me? Shut up. For example, like
That's true, though.
when you like drive and then you see like like those people on the road and they have like a sign,
Hmm.
ask for money. Like, what do you
Ooh.
guys, in that's not for me. So I don't look at that as like kind of giving back, because in that sense it's more of like,
Being generous, being
yeah.
kind.
I mean, it's just being
That's giving
generous
back,
and
though.
being kind, Giving back to who? You
To the
don't know
less
those
fortunate.
people. Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Or to the person
But-
hustling you.
So yeah, that's the thing. My question was, what do you guys think of, like, there's different ways to look at that. Is that you being generous, or you think someone trying to hustle you? And also, I don't think you always need to be generous like every single time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think-
That's a very good. Sorry, Mimi.
No, go ahead.
Okay, that's a good question though, because I always ask that question, right? Like, do you give every time somebody stands by the side of the road with a sign that says, either disabled veteran or I have 3 kids, I don't have a job, anything helps, something like that, right? And then, the unfortunate part about that is we've seen people who have those signs and drive better cars than us, right?
Yep.
Now, a question I ask is it because they drive a better car that I shouldn't give to them? Or is it because they have a better car that, doesn't mean that they're suffering? Or,
So-
do I go, maybe these people actually need the money. So for me, the way I handle that situation is, if I see them and there's a little voice in me or a little spirit that says give, and I have to give, I will give.
Give.
But That voice doesn't say anything.
That little boy is like me. After you see him, I see.
So, you know,
Hey,
so
yo.
if I feel something in me, give, I will give. If I have to give, I will give. So
You feel something in you.
So hold on. The thing is, right? Have you ever watched those documentaries of those people actually hustling you?
yes,
Like they
Yeah.
actually like they make
They
six
come and
figures.
they come
Like
and park their cars on
Yes.
van.
yeah, there was a guy with a Lamborghini who was
Uh-huh.
making. The guy literally said he was making thousands a day
yeah,
because of this thing. So it's like I refuse any of those people unless like Blesso said, it's rare. Unless I just have cash with me, I might just throw it out. The only
It's,
thing,
it's
only time
rare
I'm
when you
giving,
hear that, boys.
nah, it's very rare. The only time I actively stop to give money is if I see someone actually hustling. Because I know it's like that's the hustle, like kids selling like waters on the street. If you're selling your mixtape, like I don't know, people still do that in Philly from time to time. Like actually have CDs. Like who listens to a CD player? I don't care. Like I will buy that from you. Like anything like on the street that you're selling, I would do that. I'm not just about to sit there and just give you money. Like nah. For all that time you're spending there on the road, you can go get a job.
that's fair. Mimi,
Okay, yeah, I have a point to make. At the end of the day, I think it's being kind. It's not even giving back. Because you cannot say that you watch something and some of them are making six figures. You cannot tell from
Right.
looking at them. You don't know who really needs that money or needs your help at that point. Yes, some of them are lying. But at the end of the day, if you're doing it again, I always make sure that I say from the bottom of your heart because it's how I feel. If you feel like you want to give it, which I always do. If I have cash, I will. Like I will not pass them. They always tell me that some of them use it to buy drugs and stuff. At the end of the day, I really do not care what those people use it for. You know,
Yeah.
I know why I gave them because of the condition in which I met them. So if they like, they go use it to do whatever they want to do with it. That's really none of my problem. Because again, when you take food for instance, to the orphanage, right? You buy rice and so on, especially in Cameroon. Sometimes they don't even, those people, sorry to say because I've heard it, sometimes the people that work there even take the food back to their house, but you were giving it for the kids, right? So at the end
Yes.
of the day, you will not stop giving food to those kids because you're like, oh, what are those people doing with the food that I'm sending and stuff like that? You just have to do it because that's what you like to do or that's what you want to do. So that's just the point I was trying to make. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
No
looking
surprise
like someone's
if you're
mother.
my friend. But going back to what Carson said earlier about he doesn't believe in posting. He wants, or he doesn't, I guess, doesn't care what people think about him or how they think, or he wants them to have a different, thought of him than what he actually does. Going back to that, or Carson said something along the lines of that.
He wants to control his narrative.
Right. So this is an honest moment, right? So we always joke about, like the wedding weekend. We always talked about we're always looking for Carson when it was time to do something. He had gone to go do something else, buy singlets or socks or stuff like that. If no, this is an honest moment, right? When you sit back and think about it, right? He made the sacrifice to go out there and get that stuff, knowing that he wasn't just getting for himself, he was getting for everybody. He came back, we made fun of him, we yelled at him, where's Carson? But guess what? Like 3 or 4 of us, all those things he went to go buy.
Including the groom.
Including the groom.
Yo.
So I mean, Carl, to your point, right? Like, I think it's so easy to judge somebody like you, but what you do, like, you actually help out a lot, even with like this weekend of, events that the DAU had. I mean, the sacrifice that you put in that, we're organizing a lot of those things, speaks volumes. So, my good sir, I thank you.
Let's all give high.
Oh, Carl.
Good job, Mr.
God is my guy now. I've told him many times. Whenever I have issues, I make 2 phone calls in this very big state. One is Carson. If I make 2 phone calls and I don't get anybody, I'll do it myself.
Jesus. Yeah, but I mean, we're all friends and family, and we're friends mostly because we've had similar upbringings, and we have similar life stories, and we're similar in a way. So it's no surprise that we're together and we've been together for this long. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of Now You Know Podcast. This is season 4, episode 1. We thank you for listening. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Now You Know 1 and on Instagram at NYK Podcasts. Have a good one. Until next time.
Dory man.
Peace.